with all of that and everything that you do, I have a question. Does it affect the way, I know we talked about the creative process. We know it's easy for you. That's the gift. But as far as like the release, not necessarily the production, the release of the music, with
Mhm.
everything that you do and the current state of the music industry, does that affect the way you release music? And how
So there's
so
a
if it
lot of
does?
platforms. You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean?
Yeah,
I'm
of
just going to say, let's just take United Masters. I'm sure you know those people.
course, the DSPs.
Okay, so them, and then and then I'm a speaker in the industry, so I've looked at a lot. I think for artists, it can be really confusing.
And absolutely.
And then also, I am like a bear when it comes to TuneCore because they're my publisher.
Mm,
I think I contact them more than any person ever. I'm
which
like,
makes
where is
sense.
this? What are you guys doing about this? And they're like, oh my God, they get back to me because I force them to, right?
Hmm.
I treat my music, it's a business. I'm not
It
writing
is.
my latest song, Hollywood Vampire, which to me, I think it's I mean, I literally love all my music,
It's a
except for,
good song. I definitely listened to it.
yeah, that's
The name
my
was
most
cool
advanced
name.
piano work. You know what I mean? Yet. So, anyways, my point is like that's that song, right? I spent out of my own pocket, 5 grand on the music video. You know what I'm saying? Like I know where I'm because I know that this is part of a rock opera that I'm going to push towards Broadway, and I know how much money I want to make off of it. So, when I'm thinking about releasing the song, it's a business move for me.
Mm,
So and it can be confusing. So United Masters, for example, I released a song there because they had a contest there.
yeah.
One of the songs that I released, which is an awesome song, it's on there. It was part of a whole religious thing that I did. And anyway, so the point is that like with it can be confusing, and it has to be intentional. So there's so many moving parts. But for me, as a business owner, I just try to be very consistent. So
Mm,
the minute I know that I have a good song, that I'm telling you, the second that I know I have a good song, I copyright it. Like within a
mm,
moment. I
mm.
copyright it, I register it with my PRO, I get the graphics done, and I copyright the lyrics. I mean, I'm like that because I don't, I'm like this. I have a system,
Yeah.
and I've been with TuneCore for quite a while, and I'm like, should I stay with them? You know, so for me, I'm not so much looking at like fan base because I'm looking at creating huge projects.
Yeah.
Like I think Hollywood Vampire, what I'm doing with it, I see it as a movie. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? So I'm not really so worried about fans. I'm talking to film directors right now. I go to LA a lot. Like I'm thinking about these things as projects. So all this stuff that supports it, like your services, I think the more that I know, the more that other artists know about how
Hmm.
it's going to support those intentions, whatever they are, is really what it is. So you know what I
Mm.
mean? It's
Yeah.
so I might think differently than a lot of different. I don't know. I might think differently than other people.
And because you're privileged, with, like you said, you're very intentional with the music, the writing, the release, and with everything you have going on as well. So it has to make sense. The release has to make sense with every. I couldn't agree more. I wish, well, if we had a lot of artists with the same mindset as you, it'd be problematic for the music industry. But it's a breath of fresh air to speak to someone that actually knows exactly what they're doing.